Buongiorno, Helen. Buongiorno, Louise. We are today here to celebrate a fantastic story, your story about the coaching and how the coaching, well, I know it sounds rhetoric, but changed your life, okay? And made the world that you were working on definitely better. So who wants to start about telling how this miracle happened?
I think I'll hand to Helen first. Let's start with Helen.
Okay, I'll start first. So I was one of those lucky people that I always knew I wanted to be a teacher from a very early age. Went into the profession, absolutely loved it, loved being in the classroom, but didn't really want to be a leader. Had no interest in being a head teacher, but circumstances led to me becoming a head teacher, an acting head teacher at the time in the school. And we were going through a tricky time in the school. We'd been inspected and failed the inspection. And it was a really difficult period. And the people that I was working with, they said to me at one point, we think that you need a coach. We think that that will really support you. And I remember at the time, because I didn't know a great deal about coaching, just remember thinking, oh, the last thing I need to sit in a room with someone and talk about my feelings. I've got this view that it was like a hippie, experience where I'd got to share all these things I didn't want to share. But the people I was working with, they were the kind of people you didn't say no to. So I agreed reluctantly to have this coach. And thank goodness, the coach that I had was amazing. He really got me to change my view of leadership and look at my career in a different way. And I went from this very reluctant leader to absolutely wanting to be the permanent head teacher of the school. He coached me through the next inspection and we got an outstanding in the leadership, which was amazing. And I just thought there's something really powerful about this coaching. And I wanted to learn how to coach properly and to coach people in my school. So that's what I did. I became a professional coach and started to coach people, not just in my own school, but in other schools. And I can't believe that this happened because I'm a person that doesn't like change. But after 30 years last year, I gave up my headship. It was a difficult decision to make because I loved the school, but I wanted to coach. It was a passion, and I came to the realization you've got one life and one chance. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a difference by starting to coach. So looking back over my life, I can't believe how coaching has impacted on my journey.
Thank you, Helen. If I may, we really, as a community, should bless your coach, he or she, because she made or he made a miracle. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Louise, what about you?
Okay, so my story is similar to Helen's in the fact that I knew I wanted to work with children and make a difference when I was probably early on in my own secondary career in terms of being educated myself. I went off to university, came to train to teach, and I loved the experience of being in the classroom. Again, didn't really look for leadership, but leadership found me. The difference with Helen's story and mine, though, is that I wanted to embark on how do I become a leader that I want to become for me, that connected to my values and my vision. And when I took over the school, it was in a difficult situation, and I found myself leading in a way that wasn't me. It was something that I had to do to get through the system that we're in education sometimes. So I really wanted to connect with coaching to explore how I become the leader that I wanted to become, rather than what I was turning into because of the system. And coaching's really educated me on how you can take charge of so many things, even when you're in an education system that really does sometimes feel like you are very, very restricted in what you can do and how you can do things. So for me, coaching completely transformed how I approached conversations with teachers, how we've approached almost the way children are actually responding in the actual in school itself. We have got children now that come up with their own ideas. We've created a culture in school where we educate children about, you can take charge and create change for yourselves here. And I think just given what we've been living in the last 18 months as a whole world, you know, a global world, we've got a situation here where we need children to be creating the future that lies in front of them. And I think as awful as the pandemic has been, there's a real learning opportunity for us in the education system now to reset things, to start allowing children to experience what coaching can do for them as well. So from a school point of view, I've transformed from somebody who wasn't looking to be a leader to now leading a group of schools, not even one school now, we've gone to leading a group of schools. And actually we're working with children to see how they can start promoting change as well. That is the future, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Louise. And if I may, a little comment, your story is really amazing and moving on myself. It's moving because it shows how coaching can change our lives, but also, again, make the world better. Just last question before we have to cut off, which is, would you do it again?
Without a doubt.
I'd do it again, but the only difference being I would have found coaching a lot earlier.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you so much, Louise, for your amazing story.
Thank you.
Thank you.